Good morning, friends. Another day, another egg situation going down. So I'm gonna do some scrambled eggs and some bacon grease, and also have the zucchini we bought from Aldi. That is getting our breakfast going for today. And then we have some house jobs we're gonna tackle to just, again, come back down off of our fun birthday party extravaganza. And then after that, we're going to the pool, so yay, summer continues. And I have about a dozen eggs here looking at me. I'm gonna go ahead and scramble up 2 dozen. I have a pack from our recent Aldi little fill-in fruits and veggies and egg grocery haul coming upstairs because I got several that are eating scrambled eggs this morning, and then I'll get another pan going with our bacon grease zucchini. We've got some scrambled egg plates and some strawberries that I've been here chopping up. So we've been a cleaning and doing several things. Lots of household tidying up going on, and except this birthday party table 3 days later still needs some attention, but we'll get there. But I'm going to do the last night of sheet pan burgers because you know I'm doing this pantry and freezer challenge, and we have 3 bags of hamburger buns left, and I know they will just get forgotten about, and we still have 2 packs of burgers left. So yeah, it's day 4. That's okay because nobody minds hamburgers and cheeseburgers. And then the $1 or $1.50 packs of buns will have served their purpose. But to go along with them, sorry, you are coming with me as I am tidying up and picking random things up around the kitchen. To go along with them, I wanted to do slow cooker baked beans, and we have 1 can of, like, and it's a smallish can of Bush's baked beans. I didn't even bring it up. Yes, I did, it's over there on that shelf, but that's not enough. So I'm gonna do some quick homemade baked beans. I've got a big can of Great Northern beans. I'm just washing off the top, so we're gonna use those. And then I have some blackstrap molasses. Now I don't actually think I have any brown sugar, but we'll pull it together here. And this is a 99-cent can from Sharp Shopper, and it definitely needs to be used up. Let's see how my can opener is faring today. So far, she's cooperative. And now, You can do it, girl. We're over halfway done. I'll just talk real nice to her. Almost there, girl. We can encourage you. Okay, one last little bit. Oh, pretty close. Okay, this is not an example on what to do with your can, but I got it open. So I got some coconut palm sugar. I'll put some of that in there. We have ground mustard, some onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of Redmond's real salt, and then the blackstrap molasses is gonna really help pull it all together. Let's just use up the last of that ground mustard. Totally eyeballing. Okay, some garlic powder. And some onion powder. So there you go. That's how our baked beans ingredients are looking, and now I'm gonna work on stirring it all up. So here's how everything looks all stirred up. I did add just a little bit more of blackstrap molasses in there because we want it to be a little saucy. But these are going to cook on low. They would be fantastic with some bacon pieces chopped up in here or some onions. We're going to get to the pool though. We got talking spoon. I'm just going to get this lid on it, and in several hours when we get back, we'll do those sheet pan burgers and cut a watermelon, and our beans will be ready. Good morning, another day, another squash and zucchini. Someone last night gave me a bag of yellow squash, and so I'm going to start mixing those in with my Aldi zucchini today. Burgers were eaten last night, baked beans, watermelon, all those good things. That's what's left of the buns, but we are done with the cheeseburgers. We'll probably just use those for Lake PB&J's this week. Whoops, oh, dropped a little bit on the floor there. And because I'm talented, I was getting a pan of breakfast burritos out and somehow burnt this part of my arm on the pan as I pulled it out. So talent, just want to note that in case it becomes a big thing. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm just icing it right now. I burnt this hand on the oven a few weeks ago and that's going away. But anyway, I haven't had burns in a long time, and now this is my summer for burns. So anyway, breakfast burritos have been served. I'm gonna eat my mountain of squash and zucchini and eggs, get moving along with this day. I do have some meetings and some other things going on this afternoon. So I have a baked ziti that we're gonna do in the oven tonight for dinner, probably because, you know, again, hello, summer with a watermelon. Whew, okay. Super hot out there this morning. Just humid already. Anyway, things I'm learning about running in the summer. So I did 2.47 miles this morning. And here's what I'm fixing up, folks, for breakfast. So these are a pack of, I believe they were 99-cent bagels from Sharp Shopper that were in the freezer for a long time. Who knows? But anyway, they're out now. They're defrosted. So we have some cream cheese bagels and some watermelon that's being divvied up. And this is how breakfast is looking for this morning. Also for today, just updating on life and grocery shopping and all those things. I think this was a $100 order. We are totally out of butter. Well, we have half a stick left. And so I think I bought 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I bought 10 and they're double packs. Hold on here. because I love to have, I need to have butter in my freezer. And today I'm doing a video where I'm doing a bunch of freezer biscuits and such. Plus we need butter for daily life. And so usually I'm stocked up. I get a couple of those big packs from Costco, maybe every 2 or 3 months, have it in the freezer, but we have used it all, so yay, that's the whole point. So anyway, butter is a necessity. And I also got bananas because banana life, yay. And the morning is marching on, but this is my mama brunch. I got 2 slices of Ezekiel bread, each have a light Laughing Cow cheese underneath, some turkey, some low-fat cottage cheese, a mini cucumber, and I'm going to put all of this in my face now. So I've just started another pantry freezer cooking challenge, big cooking day, where I'm getting a bunch of freezer biscuits made up and in the freezer. Who are we? Doing a bunch of other cooking projects over the next few hours. And it's kind of like if you give a mouse a cookie. If a mom's making freezer biscuits, I was like, oh. And then for dinner tonight, look at us, we meal prepped. We could use our bag now. This might have some straw on it because I dropped it carrying it upstairs. Anyway, the stories the stairs can tell. Anyway, so we've got the gallon of freezer gravy. I'm going to probably put that cold water defrost method, and then this evening I will warm that up, and the kids can have biscuits and gravy for dinner. Who are we? And this is other meal prep stuff I brought up. So for upcoming breakfast for the next few days, I brought up 2 bags of breakfast burritos, and then we did these on a recent freezer pantry cooking challenge, freezer cooking day. These are the sausage with sheet pan egg bagels that we did. Some of them are our homemade sourdough bagels, and some are $1.19 bagels from Sharp Shopper. Brought myself up a bag of the pizza chicken that we did in May for those Trim Healthy Mama hangry packets or pockets. And then I also brought up 3 containers of the Trim Train soup. After this, I only have 2 left. I love this soup so much, and I will just have this as needed. You know, total slide and scale, however it works for me. Maybe a lunch, maybe a dinner, maybe a breakfast. I don't know. Keep watching and we'll find out. And then we also just brought up some canned applesauce because in the video I'm doing today, I'm gonna get applesauce muffins done for the freezer too. Well, good morning. Heat wave here in Virginia, and there's an alarm going off. Let me get that, a timer. So with the heat and all the warnings, the things you have to take into account when it feels like 104 out, we are gonna go to the movies and the Children's Museum today. That is gonna be our buzzing around. We were gonna swim, but again, just can't in this level of heat. We do have breakfast burritos in the oven, so we're gonna have that and some fruit for breakfast before we get out and do some things that are in buildings in air conditioners. I've got 1 piece of Ezekiel bread. I'm gonna have that again with light Laughing Cow and some turkey and some cottage cheese before we go. So here's what's left on the pan, at least for a moment, for the breakfast burritos. Some of my teens have already eaten, but some people are waiting for burritos, so we have these. That's 1 left from one I cut in half from my younger crowd. And then still celebrating a birthday while we can. These are the plates for my younger guys. And so it's these breakfast burritos cut in half, and if they want the other half, they certainly can, and some watermelon. And then I just cut, we had the watermelon cut for a few days, and so this is what's left cut off the rind, and that's just, they'll eat this more quickly in the morning when we're trying to go than dealing with it with the rind. So anyway, there we go, happy breakfast. And so here's my breakfast. Okay, large family movie tickets. Well, we are back from movies and the Children's Museum, and stopped, got all my folks ice cream on the way home. I am hungry. They're good. They're playing in the living room now, doing their fun things, actually all around the property, and I am putting in, I had a bag of the Trim Healthy Mama pizza chicken that we made in May. So it's 4 different parchment paper pockets. They call them hangry pockets. packets, you know, you know what my brain does every time I say that. Anyway, so I'm getting those baking, and I'm probably going to eat 2 of them, just dump them in a bowl, save the other 2 for later, and they'll be available if anyone else wants them. And I'm getting ready to work on a pantry freezer challenge, freezer cooking video that I was working through yesterday. I brought up my 4 pans of freezer biscuits. We actually got 7 dozen biscuits that are going in the freezer. That's exciting. I brought up the freezer fruit bread that I prepped yesterday, but I haven't baked yet. We had a little accident with that because that got put in the freezer and I needed it to go in the refrigerator. But I'm just gonna let it defrost for a little bit and bake it and see how it goes. And I'm getting ready to, for that same video, prep doing a dozen or so jar salads. So now that we're back and we've had a good errand out, and again, I would have taken everybody swimming, but with the heat advisory, I just was like, indoor activities, that's what we're doing today. I still have my children's museum pass. I'll actually probably need to renew that later this fall, but it's our first time using it this summer because we've been going to the lakes and the pools and such. So I'm gonna do some more mama meal prep and filming, and then this evening we will get that running. I only have 2,800 steps so far, so definitely when it gets a little cooler, when the sun goes down some more, I want to make up for that. And I am also getting some requests for hard-boiled eggs, so it seems like a perfectly good time to get some going. Maybe there will be enough left for some egg salad, but I know it's good protein for everybody. It's probably more than enough, but then if I did egg salad, let's see here. Alrighty, so on week 3 of our pantry freezer challenge. So last week I went to Aldi and I did have to get butter so far this week. I've got 2 gallons of milk left. So there's probably going to be some sort of little grocery haul-ish thing coming up. But anyway, okay, so we got that. I was also checking to see if I had any more eggs, and I think I've got, besides the hard-boiled eggs, so besides the hard-boiled eggs that we're doing, I have 6 eggs left. So yeah, I'm gonna eat one of my THM Hangry packet pockets. That's what we're gonna have to call them, because my brain we just do not even know as far as keeping that straight. But I need to eat, and then just think through some little fill-in things we might need. We don't need much, but definitely 6 gallons of milk, 10 dozen eggs. We don't need butter. Okay. So here's our THM packet pockets when they come out, and there's the eggs liking it. And then I have some teenage requests for biscuits and gravy. So this is the gravy I set out from the freezer yesterday, and the homemade biscuits we did yesterday, and I'm going to heat up some bowls of that now. Alrighty, so brought these laundry baskets upstairs. Also was bringing up some frozen lunch meat that we're working through, using up. Alrighty, here's our evening toddler plate. So the little toddler fruit, veggie, and mini muffin plate is going well. We added some ranch dip. And then we have another salad going down to go with dinner. We see evidence going down of what is being used up for breakfast this morning. This is left over from the birthday party event from last week. They had picked some special breakfast things, and these just honestly got forgotten about. I don't even know what we were eating at that point, but anyway, they ate. So they're using these up now. The biscuits and gravy were used last night for dinner, and the last of them. Anywho, I am having these last two pieces of the pizza chicken from the THM Hangry Pockets that we prepped yesterday. I'm going to heat these up in the microwave for myself. Well, it's lunchtime, so we'll just tour the dishes. I have been doing a big pantry challenge, freezer challenge, cooking afternoon. Just got done doing about 20 quarts of homemade pot pie filling. And I plan to freeze that in gallon freezer bags, and then we will use it. I'll pour it in a 9x13. We'll put freezer biscuits on it, or I'll put it in the slow cooker. And I could still like break up freezer biscuits to use as dumplings. We'll be doing things with it, that's for sure. But I'm gonna do some homemade shepherd's pies, which I also haven't done in a good bit. I'm going to sit here though and have some of this THM, Trim Healthy Mama, Trim Train soup from the freezer. I had brought up a couple containers of that the other day, and I haven't eaten any of it yet this go round. So this will be my lunch with my feet up. Okay friends, so this is my grocery haul, my fill-in grocery haul for this week based on what's happening and what we need. Not really related. I have needed a new meat masher, so I bought that within it. And my total, by the way, came to $154. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot. I needed a fresh one. Let's see how we do. Okay, so coming up, well, I opened the last gallon of milk. So we go through a gallon a day, and I was doing a bunch of cooking today too. So milk for a week, plus some chocolate milk for the weekend. Also, I was totally out of onions, so I got 2 bags of onions. I was out of monk fruit sweetener. I had another family member request that too, so I got 2 bags of those. These are more expensive. They're like $14.97 a bag. I got 2 boxes of eggs. These were $13 and some change a box. Our egg prices just fluctuate a bunch. Now, some of my yogurts got replaced. I was looking to get just regular vanilla. I am feeling hopeful that next week when I have a big batch cooking day that we're gonna do homemade yogurt, but I'm not gonna get that done for this weekend, and I'm at the end of a big batch filming day. I've got 10 pounds of ground beef over there cooking. Just finished a bunch of shepherd's pies. I feel like my face is on the floor. So, mercy. But anyway, I wanted just some regular Greek yogurt that I could add sweetener to and do like my Lily's chips and walnuts on it. They replaced one of my Great Value vanillas with a Great Value vanilla that's Greek. Anyway, that's the yogurt situation. And then for this weekend, we are gonna do, I need to practice doing fire pits because I've got some fun camping trips and adventures coming up with the kids, and I need to get good at that. I used to keep the wood stove going at the farmhouse and all those fun things, but I need fire pit practice. So we are practicing this weekend, and so Saturday night when we get back from a big swimming day, we're gonna do hot dogs on the fire, and then we're gonna do s'mores. I got 2 bags of marshmallows because, I mean, they're a cheap thrill. They were like $1.19 a bag. I got these Great Value chocolates. I'm not really sure how big these are, but anyway, I was hoping that that would be enough to do s'mores. And then to go along with that dinner, I got hot dog buns. And I also have another recipe coming up where I'm gonna use some of our like Polish sausages and such from the freezer. I'm gonna do those in the slow cooker, and then I'm gonna do another slow cooker of potatoes. So anyway, I just figured some of my folks will want hot dog buns for those Polish sausages coming up. And then tonight I'm doing a big batch of sloppy joes. Some for now, actually for the next 2 days, and then some for the freezer. I have a bag and a half of hamburger buns left from our recent sheep hamburgers, but I got this to get us through our sloppy joe time. So this is our fill-in haul. So it's $154 for up to 10 folks for the next week. But this is the only stuff to go along with what we have that I plan to buy. We still have some fruits and veggies from Aldi last week that we are working through. We only have 6 eggs left in the house, and this goes along with our meal plan and just filling stuff in around the gaps. Alrighty, just got done with a big batch dinner freezer cooking day. Made this big batch. This is 10 pounds of sloppy joes. So this is the main event for dinner along with the rest of a watermelon. And then that's also a shepherd's pie that I went ahead and cooked up to show in that video. So definitely lunches and dinners for the next few days here coming up. Good morning, good morning. I feel like so we meet again. So. Do I have all my words yet? Well, I'm doing some iced coffee this morning because I have a group of friends that I do some hiking with a few times a month. Here's our $1.49 iced coffee from Sharp Shopper. And anyway, we're doing an earlier morning hike this morning. Not that it's so early, it's just I didn't go to bed. Wasn't able to get to bed super fantastic last night. So I am on probably 6.5 hours sleep, which my body is a crybaby when it comes to sleep. I need my 7 to 8 hours. So it'll be okay. So it will be okay, but I'm going for some iced coffee this morning, which is my favorite. I did a bunch of big batch freezer cooking yesterday afternoon and into the evening and everything, and just with life and responsibilities and all of those things, I didn't get to bed till probably around midnight, which is not my norm, but it does happen once in a while. Usually I try to get to bed somewhere within 10 or 10:30 these days and just sleep 7 to 8 hours later. But gonna do this, gonna be fun, but gonna have some iced coffee to get going. It doesn't need any. I just like seeing. It doesn't need any more. That's what I'm trying to say. I just like seeing the white swirl in iced coffee. Very good. I was a proud mama last night because I had some kids that just have never really eaten shepherd's pie before and they were gobbling it up. So I thought that's just great. Anytime you can get, you know, another thing in the freezer that folks and many folks will like, it's a win. I am long back. We got lots of stuff going on around here today, and I'm using up those hard-boiled eggs I made a few days ago as a kid requested snack meal situation. I'm making it into egg salad. Alrighty, so there you go. Some quick throw together egg salad. I put mayonnaise, mustard, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and some paprika in there too. And I'm going to toast myself up an Ezekiel bread muffin and have some egg salad on it for my lunch. All right, I got some voiceover I need to do, so I'm gonna eat this while I march, while I watch a video, while I make some notes on voiceover I need to get done. So mama work time and lunch. Good morning, happy Saturday. I have some things I coulda, woulda brought up last night, put in the refrigerators last night, and I have a leftover plain iced coffee. Whenever I went through yesterday morning after my hike, I got two, one for yesterday, one for my future self, and I just love it. Anyway, so I'm gonna do these freezer biscuits this morning, and I'm going to do them from frozen, and there's a lot of different ways that my folks will eat them. And then I have this French toast bake and an egg and potato bake that I'm gonna set out in the refrigerator tonight, and I will do these tomorrow morning, which is Sunday, and then we'll obviously still have breakfast leftovers from them for Monday, maybe even a few servings for Tuesday morning, but that'll be some nice variety. Happy weekend. And that shepherd's pie was gold. They finished that off last night, and I have new shepherd's pie fans. And there's a bag and a quarter here of the sloppy joes, so we will continue on with this for lunch today. Well, my body must have needed it. I slept 8 hours and 56 minutes, so I definitely needed that nice Friday night into Saturday morning rest. No complaints here about getting extra sleep. Squish these together a little more. I'm just setting out these bag of organic white corn tortilla chips. We're here with our little bread mountain, because that's like, I think, one of the main last store-bought type snackies that are here. And I've just left the s'mores stuff here. I should have got more chocolate, but it'll be okay. This is for us to practice our campfire tonight. And that'll be good. And then we've got more buns for the sloppy joes, and then I got hot dog buns because campfire hot dogs. And then I am planning to do like some Polish sausages and such in the slow cookers here in the coming days. And then we have one last watermelon looking at us. I actually asked for this to be cut last evening, and I guess they just forgot, so we'll get that cut today. And then our pineapples probably need to be cut too. These are looking like, yep, they're definitely ready, so might get out that pineapple cutter today. It's just me doing some kitchen organizing. And then I do plan here in about, well, it might be tomorrow afternoon, definitely by Monday, I'm getting my sourdough out. Oh, I know. Let's go ahead and get my starter out and feed it so it can start to live life and get ready for its big event. Alrighty. So that's all the hooch, and Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone has told me that just means the sourdough's hungry. So I'm going to pour that off, and I'm just going to go ahead and feed this as it is once I pour that off, and we'll look at it tomorrow and probably discard some and go from there. I've got our little biscuit station set out here. We got some butter and some apple butter, and also some home canned strawberry jam. So here's a hot honey biscuit. Then we had a little bit of gravy left, so we also have some biscuits and gravy going down. So then here's 2 squash cut up from a friend's garden, and I'm gonna fry that up now in some bacon grease and then do a couple eggs. I guess we're gonna need to do some more bacon shortly. I do have a bit more bacon grease. Probably hear me talk about over the next 2 months how we need more bacon grease, but I do have some bacon in the freezer that we can defrost and use coming up too, and then we'll get our bacon grease with it. Alrighty, so the watermelon is cut, and the, oh, you can eat the watermelon and knit it, baby, yes, and then we're also working on slicing down the pineapple. I was like, where's the second one? But it's right here. We're gonna do both of them. So I've been out here walking. I think I'm about 35 minutes in, and I thought y'all would laugh because I'm talking to you in my head, and I thought I need to run inside that kitchen and get the camera real quick and give my food dissertation. And we are going swimming. What I'm trying to do is get this walk in first. I have my hour-long run tonight. I'm saving that for this evening. I've just had so many heat waves and such that I've put most of my runs in the morning, but I've looked at today and I was like, I will be able to do that long run this evening. It'll still be nice and cool, and it's not, you know, so weather report on this Saturday, not dangerously hot today, but the sun is a-shining. So we are going swimming. So I'm gonna finish this walk up, and then I have a teenager that we need to get an hour of driving time in today, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm taking the whole crew to the pool for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we're gonna come back and do our first fire pit of this season, and I'm gonna get really good at that, and we're gonna do the things because I'm practicing for upcoming camping trips. And my idea of a good time as I've been walking is I've been reading the National Center for Food Preservation's website, and I'm like, look at us, we're doing things. Again, feeding and nurturing my people has been my heart, and for decades, right? That has been one of my top priorities. And over this past year, I have been having, and am still walking out and living, a very broken experience. And that can be, I can be processing that for the rest of my life, just like my therapist has said. And I like to say, if I take the rest of my life to heal, that is just fine. I'm allowed to do that. And back to the food. Here I am, walking, feeling good, feeling well, reading about canning tomatoes, and just reading about the acidity and the lemon juice we need to add, and thinking through all of those happy projects ahead. And then I was taking some time reading about canning salsa, canning soups, and all the sparks were flying, all the happy, hopeful sparks of all the fun things that we can start canning. And I've also been reflecting on even breakfast for this weekend. You know, survival mode is a thing, and we all get it. I have been one through the decades, especially starting back when I was leaving my kids on the weekends to work full-time as a charge nurse, you know, doing big batch cooking and doing one for now, one for later type freezer meals. That's when I really got into that. That was so helpful. And again, when everything blew up a year ago, the freezer meals I had that we had done earlier in the summer, those are dinosaurs on the swing there beside us. Jamerrill, how do you get your walks and your runs in? Well, you know, we're all here doing our things. Some are dinosaurs. Anyway, that was so helpful. But even this weekend, being able to pull out 2 dozen biscuits that I didn't cook today, seeing 2 9x13 breakfast freezer meals for coming days out to defrost. We've got the sourdough French toast. We have the egg and potato bake. That's work I've already done, and it's going to feed us on these upcoming days. And then even, so yes, I've been walking and reflecting about food. This is where my mama brain goes, and that's where I get back to. That's also a sign of healing for me, that my brain is getting back to something that it has always loved. And so I just want to encourage you, even if you know, not everyone needs 5 full freezers and a canning pantry. That is a dream from my 20s that I have now in my mid-40s. But even the goal of having 1 full freezer, like my first freezer, I got at my neighbor's yard sale, okay? And then I got a freezer from my granddad. You know, those were my first freezers. Besides, you know, the ones on top of the refrigerators there. But a dedicated full freezer. Having even a medium size dedicated freezer and having a couple pantry shelves that are full, whether store-bought canned items or home canned items, is such a blessing. I reflect back to my little closet pantry I had at the farmhouse and how by the third week that thing was looking pretty slim. By the fourth week, I could not wait to get my my little couple $100 grocery budget money the following week, and we just scrimped and were creative and we used it up. And I just, those were some of my happiest times. And so now, challenging to use what we have, make it into other, there's a swing, dinosaurs are on the swing there, making it into meals. For instance, the sourdough French toast bake that we're gonna have starting tomorrow morning, those were bagels I made last summer. And now, summer 2024, my folks love French toast. And it does my heart so good to be able to use those things up and nourish my family in this way. And even this morning, one of my little guys was like, we need more gravy. How do you make gravy? And I was telling him how we make gravy, and I thought, okay, so for my big batch cooking day on Monday, I have some things on that list. I'm gonna put gravy on it. That way we will have some gravy next week for some breakfast. But then if I could get 2-gallon bags of gravy, that's gonna be at some point in the coming months, we're gonna have gravy for future breakfast. I just love it. It just really, the things that make me happy. I truly, truly love having food ready to go for my people. And I'm feeling the hopeful thoughts, even with the sourdough, if things go, pretty close to plan, if I'm able to do some sourdough starting Monday, even if the baking takes over several days, and I'll share that with you guys. If I could get 12 loaves of sourdough in the freezer, that really primes the pump. I was chatting it out with my mom this morning, even about how, I think if I can get a bit ahead of the sourdough game, I think I might almost be back to where our bread is sourdough bread that I'm making. Even if we're making it in advance, getting the batches in the freezer, and then defrosting and going from there. And I feel really good about that because I have a lot of people here who enjoy sourdough, and they tell me their bodies actually feel better eating sourdough bread. It just works well with their systems, and it's something that I enjoy making. So just sharing, I'm getting excited about food prep and canning and getting more things in the freezer, and that has been bottom of my list. We have truly lived off of all the work I had already done, which is what it's there for, especially for major life emergencies. And then after that point, just convenience items from grocery stores, which I'm thankful. I'm thankful for survival mode and making it through. I'm also so excited about canning soups. But anyway, here's some gentle walking. So it's been 44 minutes and I'm almost at 2 miles. Kids are playing. Day is moving right along, but just showing you some examples on how I get the walking in. So I came in from the walk, checked in on our sourdough. It is so happy and alive, it's trying to grow out of its jar. So since we have a lot of sourdough projects coming up, I'm just gonna keep feeding it. I'm not discarding any yet, but I'm gonna get a bigger boat. And I mean, hey, nothing can go wrong here, right? It's looking happy in there. And folks ask me all the time about how long to leave the starter in the refrigerator, how long can you? I mean, I feel like this has been in my refrigerator at least 12 weeks, and I've definitely had times where it's gone longer. And then sometimes I take it out, I feed it, I visit it, I put it back, but not on any kind of schedule, just honestly only when I miss it. Alrighty, so this afternoon pool time, and I'm going to take one of my jar salads to the pool just so I'm not dumping the jar out in front of everybody. I was going to eat this before we go, and just time is slipping away. I'm going to put it in this container now. Basically, it's hungry mama, time to feed the mama time. And instead of waiting and shoving this in my face here, I will sit in the sunshine and shove it in my face there. And if I have some cottage cheese, I'm going to also add that in. There we go. All the major work is already done. I do have some cottage cheese left. It'll be one of my staples I will still need to buy in the pantry challenge. I'm gonna make myself eat all of this because I'm hungry and I don't mind some extra cottage cheese. Okay, finally in my perch at the pool, we still have some of the same chips. This one's not even opened yet. This one is the last bit of those tortillas. There are some applesauce pouches under there and also a bag of mandarin oranges. So yeah, there's still things to munch on here. And that cloud is not looking favorable. That was not on my afternoon to-do list. But anyway, I'm going to try to eat now before any other excitement happens. Good morning. Campfire went well last night. I was just busy doing a fire. So anyway, this morning for breakfast, we've got the French toast bake there and some little cut up watermelons that we're finishing from yesterday's watermelon, and it's the first plate. We're all scrambling now, getting ready for church to get out the door. So here's the rest of the plates, just for those who I know definitely want the French toast bake and the watermelon, and then other folks will be in here getting their plates as well. So now we're gonna officially eat and then get out the door this morning. And remember, this is how we used up those too hard sourdough bagels. I almost said English muffins. So yummy French toast bake, serving its purpose. Alrighty, so after church today, it seemed like the thing to do to come to this wonderful shady playground. They have trails. I like to run here too. And they've got this pavilion, and so we got some Little Caesars. We have a Whopper with no bun, extra lettuce, some hot wings, some crazy bread, a case of root beer, because this is a fun treat afternoon. And mama, if you're eating pizza and hot wings at the park with your kids on a Sunday afternoon and you forget napkins, thankfully you got pizza. Thankfully, this is a place that has working bathrooms and paper towels, so we're saved. Well, good afternoon, friends. No Makeup Mama here, but this is what is going down for dinner. So we had a variety of different sausages. These are defrosted now in the freezer, and you know this pantry and freezer challenge is continuing. I have some of this chicken apple sausage. Just got a variety of sausages, and I'm going to, I even have a pack of hot Italian sausages. So in 2 different slow cookers, I'm gonna do a mix in one. I'll do strictly the hot Italian in another slow cooker, get those going. And then I have some potatoes from a friend's garden. I'm gonna get these washed up, and we're gonna do a slow cooker of potatoes. And then I also got 2 bags of corn dropped off, and so we're gonna have those with dinner tonight as well. Now, I'm not getting into all of these delicious veggies tonight. We're just processing as we can, but here's some green beans. And then also we've got, look at this. It is squash and zucchini flood time. So lots of, you know, zucchini is like my hopes and dreams. This is from the same community garden that I've been helping with some this summer as well. So we are definitely gonna enjoy these. So I've made some executive decisions, and those decisions are no slow cookers, because the afternoon has gotten away from me, and if I was going to throw all these things in the slow cookers, such as the potatoes and even the corn on the cob, and the various sausage links that we have. I should have done that before now, okay? It's like every mom's slow cooker regret. Anyway, my next best thing is, if I don't have a couple hours to let things cook in the slow cooker, is sheet pans. The oven. So I'm going to do sheet pan roasted potatoes, sheet pan roasted corn, and sheet pan sausages. Now we could do it super fancy and mix them up real pretty, you know, have a variety of corn and potatoes and sausages cooking together in sheet pans, but I'm just going to do dedicated sheet pans this evening. I do need to also run to Walmart and pick up a few orders. Let's see, in my orders also is a fresh vacuum, because our other vacuum, as we like to say around here, has gone to be with Jesus. So that is done. Looks like we've got some golden potatoes and some red potatoes. So that is fun. But my plan is, let's see, that one's got a little black piece in the middle. Garden fresh things have a few little spots I need to cut around. That one, let's see. Can we get it? Okay, that's better. My plan is, if we can get these things going in the oven, I'm then going to take some little fellas to Walmart with me, and we will pick up what we need to pick up. Included is 2 treat boxes of Minion ice cream. There's 12, so that means basically, will everyone get 2? Well, just depend if my older orders want one also. But I got enough for everyone to have a treat this evening, and my hope is to get this stuff in the oven, and then I will have people at home, and we'll run to Walmart to pick up our vacuum and a few things I ordered, including Minion ice cream treat, and then we will come back and have our dinner. Almost entirely all from the garden. These sausages, again, are from my freezers. And I did have my little folks help shuck the corn this afternoon too. Alrighty, I'm just gonna roll these potatoes now in some olive oil. This is our olive oil from Azure. Ice makers chiming in. So I had one size sheet pan. I think we've outgrown it with our potatoes, so to get another one ready for my corn. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna salt and pepper these, little onion powder, garlic powder, and get these in the oven. Alright, making our little sheet pan lineup, but this is everything going in the oven for dinner tonight. And remember, I do feed almost a dozen people all day, every day. So there's going to be some sausage links rolling into tomorrow, of course, but these potatoes are already gone, and my goodness, I mean, I think the corn's going down fast too. And the sausage will give some lunch leftovers, but we shall see. We shall see how it all works out in the end. All right, so we made it through. We got the sheet pan corn out. That has had butter melted over it. We have our roasted potatoes, our variety of sausages. I have one more sheet pan of sausages in there, but I'm cooking for leftovers too. If I can get ahead on the leftovers a little bit. So here is dinner tonight. And coming back over here, I cut those few little tips off of those ears too.